Okay, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to use Chat GPT to help review or write employee reviews. This is the front page of the chat, and there's one place to write. This is where you're going to tell it what you want it to do. You're going to give it a prompt, and the more information you give it, the more accurate it'll be. So I just wrote, I am writing a review for an employee named Kyle. I'm going to make it sound good, positive, as we are trying to help the employee. I'll be writing one section at a time for you to improve. That's important to write. Also, this employee works in a manufacturing facility. So adding that they work in a manufacturing facility, it will automatically write things linked to standards, workflow, and breakages and things like that. Okay, so for the first example, we're going to be going over a review that we have been given for us to improve on and check for any discrepancies or anything we need to change. So we're just going to copy and paste it into the chat. And let's see what it gives us. Okay, so as you can see, it did make it sound more positive. So when they do talk to Kyle about those non-essential conversations having with his peers, it is adding a lot of encouraging things. So we encourage Kyle to continue his excellence while focusing on improving his ability to stay on task. So one thing to change is it says the word always a few times in here. And I don't like to ever use the words always or never in a review. So what we could do is say, I like it, but don't say the word always. Okay, so it basically gave us the same things, but instead of the word always, it gave us the word consistently. I'll much rather take that in a review. You can also change it by saying, make it shorter, make it longer, or anything you want. Okay, and once you get to the one you like, you just copy, paste it over. Good to go on that one. So you could keep going with this original prompt that we did, or we could create a new chat, which your last one will be saved and it'll create a new one with a blank screen. Okay, we started a new tab and we're going to just say, make this sound more positive and encouraging. I like to do this when I really like what the supervisor writes, except there's one sentence that is a little too harsh. So you don't have to start the prompt right away. You could write what you want it to do, comma, and then you could go ahead and paste the information. Much better. We're confident that Kyle has the skills and dedication to excel in both areas, and we're looking forward to seeing him thrive in this new challenge. Much better. So for this next part, we're going to do a review from scratch. So for member service, we're just going to think of a few things for this employee that has to do with member service in these categories. And we're just going to give chat a list of things and it's going to write it for us. Okay, so for the member service area, put dresses in a clean way, keeps area clean, sometimes engages in too much idle chatter, and go. And remember, we're using the same prompts, just copy paste it. Okay, so it did mention the idle chatter very nice and respectfully. Although he is friendly and personable with his employees, he could benefit from minimizing idle chatter and maintaining focus on his tasks. You can also say, make it sound nicer. Okay, so while Kyle is a friendly and approachable member to the team, we encourage him to balance the social interactions with focused attention on tasks. So it did do what we wanted to do. It does sound a little bit nicer. Okay, we're going to work on the next section, quality and quantity of work. So also I put next section and it's ready for the next section. And I just list a few things based on this. So it gives great quality, goes to breaks and lunches on time, could be more consistent with making standards. So let's see what it says. Okay, and this is a good reason why we want to put that they work in a manufacturing facility. So it meets our manufacturing standards. and taking breaks on time, it helps ensure smooth production schedules. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have it write it in Spanish. So a few tests that I've done, I've heard that it is pretty accurate. So you can go ahead and read that if you want. Um, but this does mean that if there are supervisors that want to write in Spanish more comfortable, they could write it in Spanish and then they could just say, write it in English and it will convert it. So the biggest thing with this is that you really want to tell it what you want it to do. It took me a while to come up with this one. I had to keep tweaking it, changing things, but I feel like this one is a really good one. All you do is change the employee's name, and then you should be good to go. But you can always improve it, and if you improve it, you can always share it with us. And this is Chat GPT. It is free. There's an upgraded plus with $20 a month if you want to get that. But I found that this one works pretty good. I'll be sharing this prompt if you would like it. I'll put it in an email. Also, I'll put a link to Chat OpenAI. You are going to have to make an account, choose your Google profile that you're already using. And that's it 101. Enjoy.